Today on our 2007 Honda CRV, we're going to be taking a look at and showing you how to install the Roadmaster FuseMaster fuse bypass, part number RM76511. This is what our switch looks like when it's installed. What this is going to do is this is going to save your battery. So when your key is in accessory mode, your radio is going to be turned on, which can in turn drain your battery as you're traveling. What this switch is going to do is going to bypass and turn your radio off when your key is in accessory mode, in turn saving your battery from being drained while you're traveling. It's going to install very easy. You drill one hole in the panel where you choose to place it. You run two wires up to a fuse into your fuse panel. You replace that fuse with the two wires and your fuse is going to go into the wire itself. Now I'll show you how to get it installed. First thing we need to do to start our installation is we need to find our fuse panel. On this vehicle, it's going to be right over here. On the driver's side, up on the left above the kick panel. So if you look right up here at the top for our owner's manual, fuse number 34, which is the one top row, all the way to the left, the 7.5 amp fuse is the one we're going to be bypassing. Now that we know what fuse, so we need to find a place to mount our fuse switch. You need to make sure your wires are going to reach the fuse and that your fuse, your switch itself, the button is not going to accidentally get turned on or off. There's nothing behind it here. I think this is going to be a good place. You're not going to hit it with your foot when putting on the emergency brake, so I think we're going to mount it right here. So what we need to do is take this off. We're going to remove this scuff panel here. We're just going to simply pull up on it. And then we're going to remove this panel here. You're going to have a green tab in the back. And you have these, you just push back and pull out. Next, what we want to do is our wires that are connected to the back of our switch. We're going to pull them off. Like that, and you're going to have a retaining ring on the back. We're going to need to take that off, and we're going to take a 3/4 inch hole saw bit. We're going to take our switch, push it into place, and we'll put our retaining ring back on the back. We'll snug it up just a little. It is plastic, so you don't want to over tighten it or crack it. We'll go ahead and plug our wires back in. I'm going to hang this out the top and put my panel back in place. Put my scuff panel back in place. Now we'll go ahead and remove our fuse. Again, number 34. The fuse we want to take out. I'm just taking some needle nose pliers. Remove that fuse. Now to make it a little easier to get the prongs in, we're going to pop this panel off right here. Like that. Just set that out of the way. And it's not going to matter which one you put where. So now that we have them plugged in, we go ahead and insert our fuse into our fuse holder. Now if you'll notice, the 7.5 amp fuse that we removed has really short prongs on it. This is not going to fit in the fuse holder. So what you may have to do is you're going to have to pick up one with longer prongs. Now we can put in our fuse into our fuse holder. Yeah, now we can put our panel back in place. You want to make sure that these go in these corners first as you put up the center, or you won't be able to get them in. And we'll just work our way across and push everything back in place. Next thing we need to do is we need to test it out to figure out which side is going to be our drive mode and which side is going to be our tow mode. What we need to do is we're going to put the key in. You can see we have our radio is working. If we flip the switch, it should turn the radio off. So now what we've determined is down is in drive mode, up is in tow mode. So to place our stickers, we're going to take some rubbing alcohol, clean off right here along this edge. And that'll do it for the Roadmaster FuseMaster fuse bypass, part number RM76511 on our 2007 Honda CRV.